Hello, everyone. I hope you've been feeling very blessed and very beautiful lately. Welcome back to my podcast, The Power is Mine. I'm Zhanae, your host and creator. And this episode is going to be called Never a Loss, Always a Lesson. So I honestly had to adopt this mindset years ago because I started to realize that stuff just happens back to back to back. Now, all depending on what you believe in. And, there are some people that see bad things happening to people and they're like, oh, that must be karma for something or blah, blah, blah. Yes, I get it. But sometimes genuinely, y'all have to grasp the concept that life has to be balanced. Meaning there's going to be good things that happen and there's going to be bad things that happen. Sometimes it's not from a standing of karma. It's just because things ebb and flow, and it's the natural order for good things and bad things to happen as well. It doesn't necessarily matter if you're a good or a bad person. So I would have so many different situations in my life happening, and after a point, like any person with any good sense, whatever, would be defeated by stuff like that. They would choose to just see the world for what it is and be honest about it and say, oh, it seems like I have a terrible life. Things are always happening to me. I'm frustrated. I can't seem to get it right. People don't like me. I can't make, the best out of these situations. Anybody with good sense, I wouldn't blame you for feeling that way. But I chose to take the crazy route, right? I chose to say, you know what? These things keep happening. And I could be seeing it as a loss or like just chalk my life up to I have a terrible life. Bad things always happen to me. Or I could see it as, I'm not going to take this as me losing. I'm going to see what is the lesson that's meant to be learned from the situation. Because if I keep experiencing something in particular or just in general, I keep feeling like I'm being defeated in a video game, and I used to love playing video games as a kid. So to anybody with kind of like a nerdy video game type of mind, you can keep failing a level, but eventually if you want to dissect why you're failing that, then you could go at it in a different way and win. Y'all, I got a dog and they're so bad. I'm trying to record this episode. I want to hurry up and get through it. But I'm hearing the noise and the thumping outside there. I pray to God did not do nothing stupid. Jesus. But if you dissect what keeps making me lose, how can I attack this situation from a different perspective? What can I change about this? Then that means you learned. And now when you approach it from a different standpoint, there is potential that you will win. So I started to tell myself, I can never lose if I've always learned a lesson. So I'm always asking, what is there to learn here? Especially if I keep experiencing the same thing over and over and over again. I'm like, what the hell am I doing wrong? Right? Because at the end of the day, I'll even give this example. I had a friendship that I had to completely release. I've known this person probably for about 5 years now, 4 years now. And I completely released them. But it was from a perspective of I just cannot allow this person to keep breaking my heart because I see that they matter to me more than I matter to them. And even the way that I see them behaving now that I don't speak to them, it makes me question, like, okay, did I actually matter to the person? Because they seem a little bit hurt by the fact that I'm not dealing with them no more. But I think genuinely some people just get upset, not about the fact that they miss you and they loved you for real. They just get upset about the fact that they can no longer have access to you and use and abuse you and you don't have no backbone and just let it slide because you have a soft spot for them. So basically, the lesson that I had to learn from that situation was, do not keep giving somebody the chance to break your heart. And for me, it might be small situations that could frustrate me. But when I see with this situation in particular, they had 2 egregious occurrences. Yeah, no, baby girl, you got to go. you gotta go. I can't let nothing else slide. Because the next go round, it could be my life at stake. Letting certain stuff slide. And I believe that people will show you, but so many times, how they really feel about you. And after a certain point, you got to look at it and say, what lesson do I need to learn here? This bitch don't fuck with me. It is what it is. I got to call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? No matter what they come back and say, no matter what they tell other people to try to manipulate the situation, actions speak louder than words. And if your actions don't align with your words, I have to go off of the actions, not the words, right? So if your actions and your words are aligning in how you treat me, and that's a decent way, that means that we are aligned as people. We can continue this friendship. But if you're telling me, oh, I love you, oh, I didn't mean it that way, oh, no, da 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 da, but your actions are showing me, bitch, I don't fuck with you like that for real. And you're always choosing the next person over me. Yeah, baby, you ain't got to tell me no more. You ain't got to worry about me. So that's been a lesson I've been learning recently with like a few different people because, baby, I feel like I done a Rico sweep on my life. No bullshit. Because I don't always purposefully try to just X people out and not be a person surrounded with people, blah, blah, blah. But after a minute, I think, and this is really something I want to engage for a second. I just want to take a moment to speak on this. When you want better for your life or you start doing better and you start leveling up for yourself, sometimes it's not necessarily you that changed. Yeah, you changed in the terms of like maybe you're not behaving the same way or you're choosing different things, like you're healthier or you're reading more books or you're deciding to go out less, whatever the hell, right? But it's the fact that the people around you are the ones that change negatively and start treating you differently. And then they try to gaslight you and other people into thinking that it's you that's acting Hollywood. It's you that's behaving poorly. It's you that's treating people wrong. No, it's y'all treating me away because I'm changing my life for the better, because I'm making progress. And because I've realized when you make progress with yourself, just because you wanted it for yourself, not even because you're trying to shit on the next person, you trying to say you think you better than people, blah, 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 blah. It makes the people around you feel bad because it makes them have to analyze what they're not doing. And I hate that it's low-key like that it like would trigger people. But it's like, damn, can I make progress with my life or want better for my life and still have friends? And sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes you got to let the people go and you got to just hope and pray that God will surround you with people that are not only beneficial to you, but these dogs, not only beneficial to you, but understanding of the fact that you want better for yourself and you're allowed to want better. Like any day you wake up, you can decide, I don't enjoy this script that I'm living in. I want a different script. And sometimes you'll have to go through the painstaking process of writing the script for your life, for yourself. Like you can decide, I no longer want to agree with this script that I am living in. You don't have to. You don't have to consider yourself a loser or a product of your environment or do stuff just because everybody else is doing it and it don't sit right with your soul. You don't have to. And I feel like in a lot of instances, I've decided with certain stuff, I just don't want to do it because it does not make me happy. And I realized that I got such pushback from people in my environments because it's like they start feeling like, how dare you not want to uphold the status quo? How dare you start deciding you don't want to do certain things that we want to do? Are you trying to say that you think you better than me? And it's like, oh my God, no, I would still love to be your friend. I would still love for us to hang out and do stuff. But now you're treating me differently. And then you're going around to people trying to convince people that I'm the devil and I'm the evil one. It's insane. So if you want to do better for your life, you're going to experience losing friends or family, or you might have to change jobs or whatever, right? But what did you learn from it? And that perspective changed my life, honestly, with y'all. I would tell y'all, I had to keep telling myself, what did you learn? What did you learn? I know you're hurting right now. I know you're angry right now, but what is there to learn? What can you focus on that's going to make you better in this situation? Because no matter if people are antagonizing you or slandering your name or things aren't going your way, your finances are a little bit messed up, people don't believe in you, you having a hard time believing in yourself, you're confused about what to do, you don't know, what is there to learn? What can you hold on to that can tell you, hey, I can use this and become a better version of myself. I don't have to look at this situation and beat myself up and say, oh my God, I lost, I'm a loser. Oh, I can never get anything right. Things don't go my way. God must hate me. My life is so fucked up. Like, Jesus, give yourself a break. Sometimes bad things just happen. And I had to start telling myself, things don't happen to me, they happen for me. Because, oh my God, anyhow my life needs to get better, it always gets terrible first. It feels like God got to do a Rico sweep. Things got to start being dismantled and broken up so they could be rebuilt in the right way that I need it. And that means you have to be willing to let stuff go. Even sometimes you might be in situations where you angry as hell and you want to beat the shit out of somebody and you got to let it go because you realize they're purposefully trying to bring a reaction out of you so that they can sabotage where they see you going for your future because they don't believe you're worthy of it or they don't want you to surpass them because people want to see you doing good. Sometimes not even that, but people want to see you doing good, but not better than them. No, don't be doing better than them. They don't sit right with their spirit. So you have to be willing to let stuff go. It don't matter what it is, let it go. It don't matter what it is, learn from it. It don't matter what it is, challenge yourself. See that you're capable of better. If you don't know what the hell you're doing, start Googling and researching it. And I don't know, I don't care if anybody feel like I haven't really made it that far. I look back on my life and I'm like, damn, I'd be accomplishing more stuff in a few months or a year or two than people will have done in their entire lives. I'm that bitch. And you can't take that away from me. The amount of things that I've overcome, that I've learned from, that have tried to break me. And I broke that bitch down and I said I ain't going. Come on now. Y'all ain't hearing me. Y'all ain't hearing me. So I truly and honestly believe I'm that bitch. You can't take that away from me. I'm that girl, that bitch, whatever you want to call it. You can't take that away from me. I am powerful. The power is mine. I'm strong in my convictions, in my beliefs, in my morals, and in my integrity, in my tenacity. I am effortlessly beautiful. I am intentionally amazing. I am intelligent. I'm understanding more than I should be a lot of the time. And God has my back. So I refuse to ever let people break me when I've been through so much that hasn't broken me up to this point. How dare you even think and delude yourself in thinking that you could break me? You're insane. I will never lose because I will always learn. You cannot break me. The devil is a liar. And ain't no truth in him. Get him the fuck up out of here. So at the end of the day, you have to overcome situations. Sometimes you got to overcome people and sometimes you got to overcome yourself. And you got to say, I refuse to let this thing break me and make me lose. Losing is not possible. It's not in my agenda. It's not on my to-do list to wake up in the morning and lose today. Shit happens though. But how are you going to react to it? How fast are you going to react to it? How fast are you going to say, hey man, dust that shit off. Let's move on to the next thing. But we're going to healthily process what happened But we're moving on to the next thing. Because that don't even matter. It's not even worth it. Give yourself the chance to learn. And you will never lose. I love y'all. And I will see y'all on the next episode. Not necessarily see y'all, but y'all will hear me on the next episode. Peace out. It's Zhanae. Love y'all.